Oh, hello there. I'm reading a letter from my friend Catherine. Tomorrow is her first day of school, and she is so nervous. Maybe you start school soon too. Today, Mary Manning and Taylor are going to share how they are planning their new school year. Let's listen. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody. Happy school year.
Happy school year 2022-23. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm pretty excited. It's
Me
been a
too.
minute, hasn't it? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are so glad to get back to this and to get ready to start the year. And there is a great reading this week, or a little sentence from what is being read today in church. In Hebrews, it says, let me read what it says. It says, "And let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith, who for the sake of joy that was set before him endured the cross, disregarding its shame, and has taken his seat at the right hand of the throne." Now, when I think about that, I think about my life. And it's not just 10 minutes in a day or one great big experience. Life is a marathon. It's not about a sprint. It's not about a race. It's about the day-to-day things. It is about living into those fun day-to-day things.
Sure is.
Not just the mountaintop experiences, but the valleys and the hills and all of it, right? All right. So, to start off our school year, I think the best thing to do is thinking about big picture, not the little details, the big picture. What do I want? Big. What do I want out of my big school year? And one thing we do at St. Andrew's School is we talk with our class, our teachers, and we talk about our hopes and our dreams for the year.
Wow.
Do you remember doing that last year with Miss Minnis?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
And I talk with parents about their hopes and dreams for their children for the year. And so what we're going to do is think about our hopes and dreams, not just for the school year, but for our, our social year, our spiritual year. What are our hopes and dreams, and how can we live into them? Okay, so I have a piece of paper, and I wrote
Hopes and dreams.
hopes and dreams. So I think the best thing to do, because when I think about my hopes and dreams for my life, that's pretty big, right? The marathon. So I think it's probably better to start by just thinking, what are my hopes and dreams for this school year? Can you think of some things that you hope for this year?
That I get good grades.
Okay, so let's think about how to live into that hope and dream. What do you got to do?
You gotta work real hard.
That's right. And one thing about Mary Manning is she has grit. Do you know what that is? It means you persevere. You work really hard. You're really good at that.
Grades.
It might start one way, but you work really hard. Good grades.
What's
All right.
another one for you?
Okay, for me, I hope to set up a really positive classroom family. Community. Classroom community. So I'm going to write positive
Classroom community.
classroom community.
That's
And I can do that by just showing children how to respect
Just so you know,
each
you have to make a mark so they know that you couldn't have.
All right, thanks. Thank you very much. Setting up a community of respect and kindness to one another, and teaching my 3-year-olds all about how to be friends, right? Okay. So then let's think about our hopes and dreams, not just for school. What else do we hope and dream for this year? You don't know?
No.
Okay, well, one thing I want to do is get back into my church community, right?
So do I.
Yeah, right. So going to church and living into our church community, right? Okay. So I'm just going to write church and really, and also taking time to kind of reconnect with the spiritual side of myself, right? Thinking about God and Jesus. I'm going to write spirituality. All right. Now, what other areas of our lives do we hope and have hopes and dreams for? Can you think of something? No? Well, I think that health is a good one. Health in all areas of my life, right? Can you think of health that means physically, like maybe eating better to make my brain smarter and my body stronger, being more active, health in my relationships?
I want to eat better.
You want to eat like to make your body strong, right? And say treats for just little treats, right? Right? Yeah, I think that's good because that makes you feel better, right? Okay, and all right, maybe one more thing. Maybe socially, what are your hopes? Or you know what? I hope for this year is that we are able to do a little bit.
Do another house.
Okay. More outreach. Maybe helping those around us because that is good for my soul, right? Right? So maybe donating things or donating our time to others, right?
Sure.
All right, so I think we have some pretty good hopes and dreams. And maybe later what we can do is go illustrate what these things mean, which means to draw a picture about them. And we can post it on our door, maybe on our refrigerator, and each day we can think of ways to live into these hopes and dreams for our year. Does that sound good?
Sure does.
I think it's good to set out a path for yourself. And you may not do it every day. You may not be working towards these goals in a really conscious way every day. But over time, just like with life, it's a marathon, not a race, right? Not a sprint. Over time, we're going to get to those things. So I encourage you to sit down at this beginning of the school year, write some things down, and really think about how you can, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, try and live into those hopes and dreams. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. I hope y'all have a great first few weeks of school. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye-bye.
On the day you were baptized, you entered into a life of faith. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? It just means that you promised that you, or maybe your parents and godparents promised on your behalf, but you promised to keep learning about God every day. And you promised to keep learning about God your whole life. It's kind of like promising to go to school to learn about God for your entire life. And that seems like a long time. Paul was a disciple who started a lot of churches, and they were worried about studying about God their entire life too. So he comforted them by telling them that a life of learning about God takes endurance. It's a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Just like Taylor said, we need endurance as well. This week, maybe you can think of some hopes and dreams about how you might learn more about God every day, or how you might practice your discipleship, being a disciple of God. Maybe that's praying every day, or reading your Bible every day, or going to church. I don't know. What are your hopes and dreams about learning about God? Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.